Hello students, let us solve some examples from practice set 3.4 of the topic circle from standard 10th maths part 2. The first question is, in a circle alongside with center O, the length of chord AB is equal to the radius of the circle. So OA and OB are the radii of the circle and AB is given to be congruent with this radius of a circle. And from this, we have to find the measure of each of the following, that is angle AOB. So as we can see in the diagram, angle AOB. Second is angle ACB, that's angle ACB. Arc AB, that is in diagram we have arc AB, and we have to find arc ACB. We have the measure arc ACB. So we have to find measures of all of these four. Now to start with, we are given that there is a circle with center O, and here OA and OB are the radii of the same circle. That's why they are congruent. And it is given that chord AB is equal to the radius. That means OA is congruent to OB is congruent to AB. That means for triangle AOB, all the three sides are congruent. And if it is so, then we know that the triangle is an equilateral triangle. So triangle AOB is an equilateral triangle. We know the property of equilateral triangle, that each angle of equilateral triangle is of measure 60 degree. That's why angle AOB is 60 degree. So this is the answer of first question. Now as angle AOB is the central angle, its measure is same as its corresponding arc. So as angle AOB is of measure 60 degree, the measure of arc AB is also 60 degree. So measure of arc AB is 60 degree because of the central angle. So this is the answer of second question. Now to find answer of third question, we have to use the inscribed angle theorem. Arc AB is intercepted by angle ACB. So by inscribed angle theorem, measure of angle ACB must be half of measure of arc AB. That's why we have written here angle ACB is equal to half of measure of arc AB because of inscribed angle theorem. Now as we have found measure of arc AB to be 60 degree, so we have replaced here 1 half into 60, that is 30 degree. So measure of angle ACB is 30 degree. And lastly, we have to find the measure of arc ACB. So as we can see in the diagram, arc AB and arc ACB, if we add these two arcs, we get a circle. So measure of arc AB plus measure of arc ACB is equal to 360 degree because measure of a circle. We know that measure of a circle is 360 degree. Out of which measure of arc AB is 60 degree. So we'll replace here measure arc AB by 60 degree plus measure arc ACB as it is equal to 360. If we transfer 60 degree to the right hand side, we will get measure arc ACB is equal to 360 minus 60 degree, that is equal to 300 degree. So measure of arc ACB is 300 degree. The second question is, quadrilateral PQRS is cyclic quadrilateral. It's given. Side PQ is congruent to side RQ. So these two sides are congruent. Angle PSR is 110 degree. So this angle is 110 degree. And from this we have to find measure angle PQR. Then we have to find measure of arc PQR. So this is the arc PQR. We have to find its measure. We have to find measure arc QR. We have to find measure of this arc QR. And also we have to find measure of angle PRQ. This measure angle PRQ. So we have to find the measure of this angle. To solve this, we will start with quadrilateral PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. As you can see, all the vertices of this quadrilateral are on the circle. That's why this is a cyclic quadrilateral. And we have the property of cyclic quadrilateral that opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. That's why angle PSR plus angle PQR is equal to 180. So in diagram, we have angle PSR and angle PQR. So sum of their measure is 180 degree. Now out of which measure of angle PSR is given, it's 110 plus angle PQR is equal to 180. That is angle PQR is equal to 110. If we take to the right hand side, we will get 180 minus 110. That is angle PQR is 70 degree. So this is the answer of first question. Now angle PSR, as we can see in the diagram, arc PQR is intercepted by angle PSR. So we can apply inscribed angle theorem here. That is, measure of angle PSR is half of its intercepted arc. That is, angle PSR is equal to half of measure of arc PQR, because arc PQR is intercepted by this angle. So angle PSR is given to be 110 degree. We'll replace here. 110 is equal to 1 half into measure of arc PQR. If we transfer 1 half to the left hand side, it will be in the numerator. To get 110 into 2, that is equal to measure of arc PQR. So 110 into 2, that's 220. So this is the measure of arc PQR. For third one, we have PQ is equal to QR, which is given. PQ is congruent to QR, that's given. So as these are two chords of a circle, corresponding arcs to these chords are also congruent. That is, arc PQ is congruent to arc QR, as these are corresponding arcs of congruent chords. That's why we have written here arc PQ is congruent to arc QR. Now we have, as we can see in the diagram, if we add measure of arc PQ and measure of arc QR, we will get measure of arc PQR. So let the measure of arc PQ and measure of arc QR be x. So we will have x plus x, that is equal to measure of arc PQR. So x plus x is 2x, that is equal to 220 degree, because we have proved here measure of arc PQR is 220. If we transfer 2 to the right hand side, it will be in the denominator to have 220 divided by 2. So if we divide 220 by 2, we will get 110. So so x is 110 degree. That means measure of arc QR is 110 degree. And as measure of arc PQ and measure of arc QR are congruent, and as measure of arc QR is 110 degree, measure of arc PQ must be also 110 degree. And now we can find the answer of last question, that is angle PRQ. So as we can see here, arc PQ is intercepted by angle PRQ. So by inscribed angle theorem, measure of this angle PRQ must be half of measure of arc PQ. That is by inscribed angle theorem. So angle PRQ is equal to 1 half into the measure of arc PQ is 110. We will replace here. So 1 half of 110 is equal to 55 degree. So the measure of angle PRQ is 55 degree. Let us have the next question. Quadrilateral MRPN is a cyclic quadrilateral. Measure of angle R is 5x minus 13 degree and measure of angle N is 4x plus 4 degree. Then we have to find the measures of angle R and angle N. In diagram, as we can see, quadrilateral MRPN is a cyclic quadrilateral, and we know the property of cyclic quadrilateral, that opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. That's why if we consider angle R and angle N as they are opposite angles, that's why they must be supplementary. That means measure of angle R plus measure of angle N is equal to 180 degree. Now for these angles, we have the substitution. Angle R is given to be 5x minus 13 degree and angle N is 4x plus 4 degree. So we have replaced these two angles, that is equal to 180 degree. So 5x plus 4x, we will get 9x, minus 13 plus 4, it will be minus 9, that is equal to 180. So on the left hand side, we will have 9x. We will transfer minus 9 to the right hand side to get 180 plus 9. So 9x is equal to 189. That is, x is equal to 189 divided by 9. Now if we divide 189 by 9, on simplifying, we'll get x is equal to 21 degree. Now to find the measure of angle R, we have angle R is equal to 5x minus 13. So we have to replace here x by 21 as we have found the value of x 21 degree. So 5 into x, that means 5 into 21 minus 13. 21 into 5, that will be 105 minus 13, that is equal to 92 degree. So measure of angle R is 92 degree and angle N is 4x plus 4, that is 4 into x. So we have to replace x by 21 degree. It is 4 into 21 plus 4, that is equal to 21 into 4, that's 84 plus 4, that is equal to 88 degree. So measure of angle N is 88 degree. The next question is, segment RS is the diameter of a circle with center O. Point T lies in the exterior of the circle. And from this we have to prove that angle RTS is an acute angle. To prove this, we have to do some constructions. That is, we have to draw segment RT, we have to draw segment TS, and as we have drawn segment RT, let the segment RT intersect the circle at point M, and we join point M and point S. So by this construction, we'll get this diagram. So due to this construction, we have got angle RMS. So angle RMS is equal to 90 degree because angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. And as RS is a diameter given, that's why angle RMS is an angle inscribed in a semicircle. That's why measure of this angle is 90 degree. Now consider a right angle triangle TMS. Now measure of angle RMS is 90 degree. So angle TMS must be also of 90 degree. That's why we get triangle TMS as a right angle triangle. And in that triangle, if we take a sum of measures of all the three angles, we have angle TMS plus angle MTS plus angle MST, that is equal to 180 degree because sum of measures of all the angles of a triangle is 180. So measure of these three angles in a triangle TMS is 180 degree. Now out of which angle TMS is 90 degree, we will replace here, plus angle MTS, this one, plus angle MST, this one, that is equal to 180 degree. So to the next step, we have angle MTS plus angle MST is equal to 180 degree. If we transfer plus 90 to the right hand side, it will become minus 90. So 180 minus 90, it is equal to 90 degree. So we get angle MTS plus angle MST is equal to 90 degree. So as in the diagram, we can see angle MTS plus angle MST. Measure of these two angles is 90 degree. Now, if we consider any one of them, that is, if we consider angle MTS, it must be less than 90 degree because sum of these two angles is equal to 90. That means any one of them must be less than 90. That's why angle MTS is less than 90. And for angle MTS, we can have another name as angle RTS, as R, M, and T are collinear points. So as measure of angle RTS is less than 90 degree, that means angle RTS is an acute angle. So that is we wanted to prove. Next question is, prove that any rectangle is a cyclic quadrilateral. To prove this, we must have one diagram. Consider a quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle and we have to prove that it is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now, as quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle, each angle of this quadrilateral must be right angle. That is, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D, that is equal to 90 degree. Now if we take any two opposite angles of this quadrilateral, that is angle A plus angle C, we will have angle A plus angle C, that is equal to 90 degree plus 90 degree, as each angle of this quadrilateral is of measure 90 degree. So 90 plus 90, it will be 180 degree. Similarly, we have another pair of opposite angles, that is angle B and angle D. If we take the sum of measures of these two angles, we will have angle B plus angle D is equal to 90 degree plus 90 degree, that is 180 degree. Now from these two equations, as we can see, the pair of opposite angles of this quadrilateral is supplementary, and by the converse of cyclic quadrilateral theorem, we know that if for any quadrilateral the pair of opposite angles is supplementary, then that quadrilateral must be a cyclic quadrilateral. So quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. So here it is given that quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle, and from that we have proved here that a quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. That means in general we can have a statement that every rectangle is a cyclic quadrilateral. The next problem is for triangle WXY, altitudes YZ and altitude XT intersect at point P, and from this we have to prove that quadrilateral WZPT, it is WZPT is a cyclic quadrilateral, and points X, Z, T, Y are concyclic. As you can see in the diagram, points X, Z, T and Y are concyclic. That means if we have a quadrilateral joining these four vertices, that is X, Z, T, Y, we have to prove that that quadrilateral must be cyclic. Now to start with, we have quadrilateral WZPT. So in this quadrilateral, as YZ and XT are the altitudes of a triangle, that means measure of angle WZP must be 90 degree. Similarly, measure of angle WTP is of measure 90 degree. So if we add these two, that is angle WZP plus angle WTP, that is equal to 90 degree plus 90 degree, that is equal to 180 degree. So for quadrilateral WZPT, we have proved that the pair of opposite angles of this quadrilateral is supplementary. That's why by the converse of cyclic quadrilateral theorem, the quadrilateral WZPT must be a cyclic quadrilateral. So this is the first thing that we wanted to prove. For the second one, we have angle XZY. So as we can see in angle XZY, it's congruent to angle XTY, as the measure of these two angles are 90 degree, which is given. Now we have one property here. If two points on a given line subtend equal angles at two distinct points which lie on the same side of the line, then the 4 points are concyclic. So point Z and point T subtend two equal angles, that is angle XZY and angle XTY, which are both congruent, which is given, and these two angles are on the same side of the line. That's why the 4 points X, Z, T and Y are concyclic. Therefore, the points X, Z, T, Y are concyclic. So that is the second statement that we wanted to prove. Next problem is, in figure, measure of arc NS is given to be 125 degree. Measure arc EF is 37 degree. And from that we have to find measure of angle NMS. So to solve this, as you can see in the diagram, angle NMS intersects two arcs, that is arc EF and arc NS. And vertex of the angle is in the exterior of the circle. So if this is the case, then we have a property to find the measure of that angle, that is angle NMS, is equal to half of the difference of measure of these two arcs. So we have to take half of difference of these two arcs, that is measure of arc NS minus measure of arc EF. So we have written here that is equal to 1 half into measure arc NS is 125, which is given, minus measure of arc EF, which is 37 degree, that's given. So 125 minus 37, that is equal to 88. So half of 88 is 44 degree. That's why measure of angle NMS is 44 degree. We have another question. In figure, chords AC and DE intersect at point B. Angle ABE is given to be 108. Measure of arc AE is given to be 95 degree. And from that we have to find measure arc DC. So as we can see in the diagram, we have to find measure of arc DC. To solve this, we have this diagram, and now this time for angle ABE, the vertex of the angle is inside the circle, and angle ABE intercepts arc AE, and the opposite angle of angle ABE is angle DBC. If this is the situation, then to find the measure of angle ABE, we have one formula. We have to add arc AE and arc DC, which are intercepted by angle ABE and angle DBC, and we have to make half of it. That is, angle ABE is equal to half of measure of arc AE plus measure of arc DC. Measure of angle ABE is given, so we'll replace that by 108 degree, that is equal to 1 half into bracket. Measure of arc AE is 95 degree plus measure arc DC. So if we transfer 1 half to the left hand side, we will have 108 into 2, that is equal to, on the right hand side we will have 95 degree plus measure arc DC. Again, if we transfer 95 degree to the left hand side, we will have 216, because 108 into 2, that is 216, minus 95 is equal to measure arc DC. So 216 minus 95, it will be 121 degree, is equal to measure arc DC. That is, measure of arc DC is 121 degree.